Doors are now back open at the Central Processing Center in McAllen after a flu-like outbreak shut it down.
That means no immigrants were allowed in or out during the situation. CBS 4 Sydney Hernandez broke the story for us last night. She joins us live with more on this developing story. Sydney.
Well, that's right. The doors are back open here at the Central Processing Center. I have seen several buses going in and out of the center, picking up and then dropping off undocumented immigrants. Customs and Border Protection confirming at least 32 people positively tested for the influenza. This putting a strain on the agency that's already stretched so thin. This processing center was temporarily closed because of an outbreak of flu-like illnesses.
Some of them are sick, some of them have some type of virus or flu or cold, but it just hasn't shown up yet. And then what ultimately happens is once they get released, they get on a bus, which obviously is a confined space, and they travel to other parts of the country with whatever they had with them along the way. And that could range from strep throat, flu, or even tuberculosis.
CBP says medical staff is working around the clock to provide everyone inside with proper medical treatment.
Anybody that coughs, sneezes, anybody that touches their nose, whatever they touch after that, it'll live there.
Doctors say the flu is extremely contagious, especially in confined areas, much like the processing center.
Very possible that you might get it, especially if you're in very close proximity to that person, and if that person coughs, sneezes, yeah, more than likely you will catch it.
And the illnesses inside are spreading, and not just to the immigrants.
The majority of our agents are either sick or have been sick recently in there.
Agent Chris Cabrera with the National Border Patrol Council says the problems inside are creating a ripple effect.
Every day we have people that call in sick and for real illnesses. There's days where we have multiple, 10, 15, sometimes 19, 20 guys that call in sick because they are actually sick from being in that building. Obviously, we don't close. We're going to keep pushing on as best we can, but it's bogging down the system, and it's going to continue until we get a fix to the system.
And with more and more agents out sick, it's creating more of a backlog for processing, along with the lack of resources.
We're having to send them to stations that are already overcrowded. And there's just nowhere left to put them. We're trying to put people in every available spot that we have.
And it isn't just the flu.
Upper respiratory infections, some of them have gotten scabies from being in there. Most of the guys, they just keep soldiering on. They get sick, they have a terrible cough, and they just push through every day and go to work and just figure it out one way or the other.
Cabrera says this will only continue until Congress acts. Reporting live in McAllen with complete Valley coverage, Sydney Hernandez, CBS 4 Valley at 5.